In today's video, we're going to be playing one of the most classic quests in Oblivion, the infamous Dark Brotherhood house party quest called WHODUNIT. I remember this as peak Bethesda creativity with a number of different ways to complete it. We'll be exploring a bunch of different approaches to killing off the party guests at Summitmist Manor in Skingrad. I'm excited to see how this quest holds up when playing it over 10 years later. Let's talk with Ochiva to learn more about this shindig.
So, are you ready to mingle with the doomed house guests? The contract is waiting. Do you like parties? Because you've been invited to one. Of course, you'll be killing all the other guests. Are you ready to attend?
Nope, not ready just yet.
All right, but don't take too long. The other guests are already assembled, and they're waiting on you.
Yes, I'm ready. Tell me more.
Splendid. You need to go to the city of Skingrad, to the large house known as Summitmist Manor. There, you will meet up with 5 very unlucky guests. In order to receive your bonus, you must kill each guest secretly, one by one. If anyone sees you committing murder, the bonus is forfeit. The guests believe there is a chest of gold hidden in the house and have agreed to be locked inside until one of them finds it. In fact, the guests believe the key to the manor is inside the chest, and only by satisfying their greed will they be allowed to leave. Poor fools. There is, of course, no chest of gold. The guests will find no key. After you arrive, the doors will be locked behind you, as everyone expects. When all the guests lie dead, you will be free to leave. Now go. See the doorman at Summitmist Manor. He will explain the rest. Have fun.
Let's see what our Dark Brotherhood family members think of this contract.
Remember the pretenses under which the guests are there. They will be suspicious. You must be as effective an actor as you are a killer. It would be a good idea to talk to each guest and appeal to their good disposition. Remember, if they really like you, they may open up to you. You should dress appropriately. The Deceiver's finery, your recent quest reward, would serve this purpose nicely. If you earned it, that is.
The key to successfully completing this contract is effectively blending in with the other guests. So for Sithis' sake, do not wear your hood.
If you really plan on killing the guests one by one, make sure that when you strike hard. Don't want anyone running for help, do you?
Remember, you must make the other guests feel comfortable. Make them like you. Make them trust you. Then bathe in their blood.
When we arrive at Summitmist Manor, we speak to Fafnir to get the key.
So the last guest finally arrives. I'll tell you what I told all the others. You go in, I lock the door. You don't come out until it's over. Now I'll tell you what I didn't tell everyone else. We have the same mother, you and I, and she wants you to have this. It's the key to the house. I guess someone else has already told you the other details. Kill all the guests, then leave, right? Well, you better get in there. Time to mingle. I like the Two Sisters Lodge, and Mog does a good job running the place. She and her sister are both fine people.
The first person we speak to upon arrival is Mathilde Pettit.
The 6th guest has finally arrived. Well, it's about time. Do you know how long we've been waiting? It seems like an age. Whoever invited us here must at least know us, don't you think? In any event, we're all stuck here together, so we might as well get acquainted. The rest of us have already traded introductions. I'm Matilda Petite. The others are Nels the Naughty, Neville, Devisi Dran, and Primo Antonius. Now, who might you be? Please, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Here we have 3 dialogue options. I'm an assassin here to kill you.
You're a funny one. Good, I'm glad one of us has a sense of humor about all this. It'll make our time here that much more enjoyable.
This actually raises our disposition with Mathilde. My baby is sick, and we are so poor.
Oh, you poor dear. Well, this does make things difficult for me. I want to find the gold as much as anyone, but you need it so much more than I do.
I ain't saying nothing, bro.
Yes, well, anyway, now that we're all here, I guess we can start looking. I'd wish you good luck, but I wouldn't really mean it.
Let's learn more about Mathilde and get her opinion on the other guests.
Personally, I think she's a little floozy. She's been eyeing young Primo Antonius, probably smells his wealth. That's right, it's a Breton name. I'll have you know the Petites are one of High Rock's oldest and most respected noble families. Oh, that man disgusts me. I find his entire manner offensive. Why, just before you got here, he told me the most off-color joke about an Argonian maid. Well, if I can be perfectly honest with you, I find Neville quite attractive. Red Guards are so exotic, don't you think? It's obvious that young Primo comes from wealth. A chest full of gold would be mere spending change for him.
The second person we speak to is Dovesi Dran.
Hello, I'm Dovesi. I'm very pleased to meet you. Now that you're here, we can really start looking for that chest of gold. What I mean to say is, before you arrived, we all just sort of glanced around a bit. Now that we're all officially here, we can look in earnest. Not much to tell about me, really. I'm from Morrowind originally, but my family moved to Valenwood a few years ago. Well, I really don't know her, but she seems like a very respectable old lady. I wonder what makes him so naughty. He seems nice enough to me. He's a very serious man, but I guess that's normal for a retired soldier. He's very handsome, but please don't tell him I said so.
Okay, so we need to raise our disposition with Dovesi to encourage her to divulge some more info about the other guests.
Excellent. I accept. Honestly, I don't think she likes me. It's because I'm a Dunmer. I heard her say something to Neville, and it wasn't very nice. Every now and then he looks over at me and smiles. I think he's sweet on me. If Nels finds the gold, maybe he'll want some company. I know he's a retired soldier, but not just a soldier. He was an officer in the Imperial Legion. I hate the Legion and everything it stands for. When those soldiers came to Morrowind, they persecuted my people and stole our lands. Neville may not be in the Legion anymore, but who knows what atrocities he committed.
When we ask her about Primo, she says,
It's pretty obvious that Primo comes from a wealthy family. He would never be interested in a girl like me, I'm afraid.
Here we have 3 dialogue options. Let's walk through them in reverse order. I ain't saying nothing, bro.
Well, thanks for listening. I know I'm just being a silly little girl, but the heart wants what it wants, as they say.
You're right. He's too good for you.
But I thought you were my friend. How could you say such a horrible thing? Just leave me alone, you monster!
I'm going to open a tavern.
It's funny. I don't even know you. And already I don't like you.
This tanks our disposition with Dovesi, so we will need to either bribe her or play the minigame to get back on her good side. Not true! He told me he likes you.
He did? Oh my goodness, what should I do? Should I talk to him? Or maybe play hard to get? Or should I, or would that be too forward?
This brings up 3 more dialogue choices. I ain't saying nothing, bro.
No opinion, huh? Maybe I'll just stay close to him for a bit. You know, hover about and see if he notices me. Maybe then we can talk.
Just do what you're doing now.
Yeah, you think? Okay, I'll just try to calm down. Calm down, Dovesi. Calm down. I'll just take it slow. I can do that. Thanks again, dear friend.
Go to his room. Wait for him there.
Oh, you think so? I mean, it is rather forward, but I like it. All right, then. I'll wait for him in his room upstairs. Oh, thank you. Thank you.
If we choose the first option, she will go up to Primo's room, giving us an opportunity to isolate her and take her out. With the other two options, she just continues to mill around on the first floor. For now, let's keep Dovesi around by saying nothing. We want to speak to all the guests first before killing anyone. Next on our list is Primo Antonius.
So, you finally showed up. It's about time. People of my station are not accustomed to waiting. She's quite beautiful, isn't she? A little young, perhaps, and not exactly highborn, but she possesses a unique elegance. The old woman? She's quite a pest, really. I think she's gotten it into her head that I need mothering or something. She is sorely mistaken. There's something about Nels I can't quite place. He's not for money, that's obvious, but I don't think he's quite the buffoon he seems either. He reminds me of the guards under my father's employ, strict, no nonsense, and ready to fight at a moment's notice. It's a regal name from a rather regal family. Indeed, my father owns more property than the East Empire Company.
Alright, let's try raising Primo's disposition.
Thank you. How kind. Can I be honest with you, my friend? I find Dovesi captivating. She possesses a beauty beyond compare. Maybe you could do me a favor. If you speak with her, put in a good word for me, would you? I would be forever in your debt. Apparently, the poor old woman thinks she's from a well-to-do family. Truth is, I have servants with more nobility in their blood than her. Nels is a drunk. He doesn't even try to hide that fact. But what else is he? When the liquor is dried, what remains of the man? I think Nels drinks to forget, maybe about some tragedy in his life. He plays the buffoon, but I sense a deep sadness in him. I know he's a retired Imperial Legion officer. Apparently, he's been in campaigns all across the Empire, from Skyrim to Morrowind. I also get the sense that he's very eager to find the gold. I can't imagine his life of servitude to the Empire left him with much to retire on.
Okay, so that doesn't give us much to go on. We can't convince Primo to go anywhere. He just stays on the first floor the whole time. So let's go speak with the last two guests. Let's start with the drunk.
Well, hello there. Nels is my name. Some call me naughty, but don't you believe it. Dovesi is a sweet young lass. She reminds me of someone I knew. But perhaps we should talk about something else. Kinda stuck up, that one. Right before you got here, I told her the funniest joke about an Argonian maid, and she didn't even crack a smile. Ah, don't let the name fool you. I had a bit too much mead a few years back, and there was this tavern wench. Anyway, just call me Nels. Once an Imperial Legion bulldog, always an Imperial Legion bulldog. I've seen his kind before. He cares about laws and regulations, not people. Seems like a nice enough kid. A little too rich for his own good, maybe, but I've met worse.
Let's see if we can convince Nels to open up.
Excellent. I'll take that, and thank you very much. Let me confide something in you, my friend. Dovisi is the spitting image of my own daughter. Her skin is darker, of course, but that sweet face. My daughter was killed, you see, a few years back by bandits. I'm sorry. Please forgive a father's heavy heart. You should have seen the old biddy trying to talk to young Primo Antonius. She may be a noble, but he looked down on her like a scullery maid. I will confide something in you, my friend. I despise Neville and all his Imperial Legion ilk. They are useless, uncaring tools of corruption. 3 years ago, my village in Skyrim was attacked by bandits. We went to the nearby Imperial Legion outpost, but they refused to help us. My dear, sweet daughter Olga was killed that day. She was murdered, and the Legion would do nothing to help her. Neville and his kind are scum. Primo is young and rich. I can sense a good, decent person in there somewhere. He just has to get his priorities straight.
Alright, so Nels is broken up about the loss of his daughter, and he hates Neville. Maybe we can use that information later. For now, let's chat with the last guest, Neville.
Well, that chest of gold is supposed to be in here somewhere. Though why someone would invite us all here just to give it away is quite the mystery. Oh yes, Dovisi Dran. She's a dark elf originally from Morrowind, or so I hear. I get the sense she doesn't like me very much. Matilde seems like an upstanding citizen of the Empire. She respects the law and recognizes the Legion as Tamriel's greatest defense against evil. Nels is a Nord, and like all Nords, he's a lawless barbarian with no respect for authority. I'm a Redguard, though I've never actually been to Hammerfell. I was born here in Cyrodiil. My family has been in the Legion for 3 generations. Primo's a blue blood, a noble through and through. He thinks he's better than most people, and in most cases, he's right.
Let's grease the wheels a bit.
Well, is it? Thank you, Halkat. Dovisi is a dark elf. They call themselves Dunmer. When I was young, I spent some time stationed on Fort Moonmoth, on their homeland of Morrowind. I have great respect for the Dunmer people. They are strong and noble and generally understand the importance of law and discipline. Unfortunately, Dovisi doesn't seem to like me very much, but I don't blame her. The young ones tend to have problems with authority figures. If I may be honest, I feel a bit sorry for the old woman. She comes from a noble family, I'm sure, but seems a lot less well off than she should be. Know what I think? I think that barbarian will do anything to get his hands on the chest of gold. His kind are greedy and vicious, all of them. Trust me, I know. I was stationed at Fort Frostmoth for a few years on the Isle of Solstheim. Those Nords are a bunch of animal-worshipping savages. They're all the same, full of meat and something to prove. We lost a lot of good men up there. A lot of good men. I'll confess that I have no idea why Primo is here. The kid's got more wealth than the rest of us combined. He sure doesn't need a chest of gold. Maybe he's incredibly greedy, but I don't think so. My guess is that Primo is so bored he simply has nothing better to do.
Alright, so Neville also hates Nels. Well, we've talked with all the guests now, so let's get down to business and explore some different approaches to our first kill. Neville spends most of the time sleeping in his room. He is isolated and easy to take out. Dovisi will often go to her room as well, making her an easy target. So bada bing, bada boom, just like that we've got 2 kills. Once you've killed people, the other guests are much more on edge, trying to figure out what's going on.
2 of us have been murdered. One of us is a killer. But who? I've been trying to figure out who our host might be. With 2 people dead, it almost seems like he set this party up just to kill us all.
I haven't seen death like this in a long, long time. It's a bit more than my nerves can handle, I'm afraid. I plan to gather up every drop of drink in this house and keep it to myself. If things get any worse around here, I find comfort there, you see.
Alright, I don't like this setup. The remaining guests are all congregated pretty close together, so let's take this back to the beginning and explore some other ways to complete the quest. Before anyone dies, there are 2 characters who we can convince to move to other parts of the house. The first one is Mathilde Pettit. If we speak to Mathilde, after raising our disposition with her, she has a proposition for us.
Hello, dear. Listen, I've been thinking. Why don't we form a kind of alliance? If either one of us finds the chest of gold, we split it, 50-50. With the 2 of us working together, we're sure to find the chest before anyone else. What do you say? Do you want to team up?
I think I'll work by myself for now.
All right, dearie, I understand. If you change your mind, just let me know.
An alliance sounds perfect.
Oh, wonderful. This is going to be such fun. So, any ideas where we should begin searching first?
I ain't saying nothing, bro.
Okay then. I guess I'll try looking down in the basement. Maybe you could search upstairs or something.
Not really. Search anywhere.
All right, that sounds like a fine idea. Oh, I just know you and I are going to find that gold. I have a sense about these things, you know.
You should definitely try searching down in the basement.
Oh, good idea. Maybe the chest is hidden under the floorboards. All right, I'll head down there and start looking.
So now that we've got Mathilde going to the basement, let's try sending Dovesi upstairs. We can do this by convincing her to go to Primo's room.
He did? Oh my goodness, what should I do? Should I talk to him? Or maybe play hard to get? Or should I, or would that be too forward? Oh, you think so? I mean, it is rather forward, but I like it.
And now we can head downstairs and deal with Mathilde. Now let's go to the top floor and visit Dovesi. And then there were 2.
This house is a death trap. I've been doing some thinking about you. It's kind of interesting that you were the last guest to arrive, don't you think? And now 3 people lie dead, and you look as if you haven't a care in the world. It just looks a bit suspicious. That's all I'm saying.
Suspicious of me, eh? I think I know a way to change that.
And, well, isn't that sweet? I'll take that. See? Was that hard? Mathilde's murder saddens me, friend. But not for the reason you may think. 10 years ago, when I was in my prime, this never would have happened. But now I'm old, and my instincts have failed. I let that woman down.
Let's see what Nels thinks.
3 people murdered. I know I shouldn't go wandering off alone right now, but for the love of Ismir, I need a drink. I need to find some real spirits. I think I saw some mead down in the basement. I don't care if it's not safe. It's my nerves. I need to calm down.
If we speak to Neville again, we'll notice that he's arming himself.
There you are. Listen, I've searched every inch of this house. It's sealed up tight. There's no way in or out, and there's nobody hiding any place. That means the killer has been inside with us all along. You and I aren't murderers, so that leaves one person. It's Nels the Naughty.
I ain't saying nothing, bro.
Yes, well, I know how you feel. What words can really do justice to the terrible situation at hand, but we must stick together if we are to survive.
Flee, my friend. I'll confront Nels.
You would do that for me? You are truly a good friend. Yes, I fear this is beyond even my ability. I'm not as young as I used to be. I'll take refuge in my room until Nels has been dealt with. Thank you, my friend, and good luck.
My favorite option is, we must act now! Kill Nels!
Yes, we must kill that foul Nord before he slits our throats. Aye!
So many people dead. I just don't... Ooh!
Neville and Nels hate each other. If they are the last two alive, we can convince one of them to kill the other. In Nels' case, if our disposition is high enough with him, he will immediately suspect that Neville is the killer and spring into action.
That sniveling Legion dog must die. Do you understand me? He's the murderer. He killed all those people. He must pay for what he's done.
Oh, damn, he straight up wrecked that homie. When we return to Ochiva, she is pleased.
Well done. Not only did you kill the 5 guests, you acted as an agent of terror and grief. You have earned your reward and bonus, assassin. I lay upon you now the Night Mother's blessing. May she walk with you always and guide your hand as you act in accordance with the 5 tenets.
Alright, so there are clearly lots of ways to complete WHODUNIT without raising suspicion. So that begs the question, how can we actually fail the bonus part of this quest? I wanted to unlock Ochiva's non-bonus dialogue, so I explored a bunch of different approaches to failing the bonus part of the quest. And surprisingly, I found it to be pretty much impossible. First, I tried killing guests in front of each other, but they seemed completely blind to my acts.
Hello there.
Are you all right? This murder has us all on edge, I know.
Second, I tried using weak weapons like the Langerwide blade, but that just dropped them in one shot. Third, I tried using my fists, but that also one-shotted everyone. The guests all have incredibly low health, so pretty much anything kills them instantly.
Is that why someone invited us here? To kill us? Oh, this is horrible.
So that's it. It's down to you and me.
Finally, I tried removing all my armor and weapons and turned up the difficulty to the maximum.
Oh yes, maybe we'll speak again later.
This house is a death trap. We're being killed off, one by one. This house is a... You want to know something, my friend? I just don't care anymore. We're the only 2 left. I know I didn't kill those people, so that leaves you. And now, You're here to kill me, right? Well, let's get this over with. So I guess this is it then? I'm just warming up, you pathetic worm.
Even when Nels figured out I was the killer, it still didn't fail the bonus option for me. So I couldn't unlock Ochiva's quest dialogue, but luckily, with the power of reenactment, we can approximate it.
You managed to kill the 5 house guests, yes, but your inability to remain undetected will cost you. I must admit, I'm disappointed. This was an important contract, and you stumbled through it like a drunk. Leave me now, and think upon your failure.
And with that, we complete the quest, WHODUNIT. So who is the mysterious owner of the Summitmist Manor? Ochiva mentioned that each guest at some point wronged the party host. We received the key to the house from Fafnir, but he's just the Dark Brotherhood liaison for the quest. We never do learn who invited the guests to the party, but let's just say they can hold on to an epic grudge. In our next video, we'll be wishing Adamas Philida a happy retirement, Dark Brotherhood style. If you like this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to Big Dan for more Elder Scrolls videos like this one. I've said it before and I'll say it again, I will be going through the entire Oblivion Dark Brotherhood questline in this series, so stay tuned for that. You can access all videos in the series in a playlist linked in the description below. Thanks for watching, this is Big Dan Gaming. Until next time, see ya!